Hi, I'm Ben Gonzalez, and this is TDI. Well, the search for COVID testing has now kind of morphed into the search for COVID vaccinations. And whenever there's a high demand for a product or service, sometimes there can be a criminal element that gets involved and tries to take advantage of that situation. So joining us today is Candace Twyman. She's the Executive Director of the Houston Better Business Bureau's Education Foundation. Welcome, Candy.
Thank you.
So when we talked earlier, you told me about COVID testing has now risen to the top of the list on Better Business Bureau's list of top scams out there. What kind of things are you seeing?
Well, we're seeing all sorts of things. Seniors are getting emails and phone calls that they can get a COVID-19 kit that they can use at home for self-testing. We're also hearing about calls when they're going to get a COVID-19 test that they are also getting signed up for genetic tests to check for cancer. That is very illegal. It has to be issued by your doctor. You have to have permission by your doctor first to get a genetics test. So they're combining the two together right now. Also, we're hearing about a lot of pay to get a COVID-19 vaccine, to get to the head of the line or to get a reservation. You don't have to pay anything.
That's right. And I think your insurance is going to cover that. And the law says that you shouldn't have to pay anything out of pocket. When we first started talking about testing a few months ago, we had the same kind of scams that people would add on extra kind of services. And then you start getting that higher and higher bill, even though the testing was supposed to be free. So anytime you get a call that's offering you a vaccination or get to the top front of the line or anything out of the blue is kind of a red flag, but anything else that people should be aware of?
Right. If you get an email or a call, first of all, Medicare is never going to call you. The Queen of England will call you first instead of Medicare. So you should never get a call from Medicare. You should never get a call from your county health department or the city health department offering you different services. That's all a red flag. You should not get emails from them. You should not get anything related to that. So, first of all, if you answer the phone and they ask you for identifying information, hang up. If they ask you for a credit card, they ask you for your bank account, they ask you for your Social Security number or Medicare number, hang up.
Okay, so just anytime you get those calls, try not to respond, try not to engage, because that'll just get you further on their lists, and delete texts from people you don't know. But is there any way to just stop the calls? Can you do anything about robocalls at this point?
The best thing to do is never answer the phone if you don't recognize the number. That's the simple non-tech way to do things. That protects you every time. However, you can get spam blockers. You can go for your cell phone. You can get free apps to stop calls like Nomo Robo or Truecaller. They're easy to download particularly for your cell phone number. You also can get for your landline, if you have a VoIP phone, you can get spam blockers for that. You can go to your service provider to get them to help you get a spam blocker for that. But the easiest non-tech way is don't answer the phone. Let it go to your voicemail.
Use that caller ID, right?
Right,
it says right there. So, like you mentioned, unfortunately, older Texans can sometimes become the target of these scams, especially right now when they're a key demographic that's trying to get vaccines. How are the bad guys going about targeting seniors?
Well, there's a whole list of seniors. They go by mail lists, they go by phone lists of people over 65, over 70, of whatever age group they're looking for. And so really you need to stop answering the phone. But another way that they're getting through is through your heartstrings, through your grandchildren. Sometimes you will think it's your grandchild calling because it will sound just like them. And they're asking for help during COVID because they might have lost their job. They need help with rent. They need other kinds of things to get back on their feet during COVID because they've lost a lot of things. And so they're turning to grandma and grandpa to help them send them money. So you know it's a red flag. First of all, if you do get a call from your grandchild, you need to check it out first. Don't, and they will terrify you that if you tell anybody, you'll get arrested, and the whole 9 yards. But what you really need to do is check out that first. I just had a call yesterday. A person lost $10,000 because they gave money to their supposed grandchild. And they said it sounded just like them. There is technology today where they can capture the voice of another person and change the words so it does sound just like them. But you need to develop a safety code word for the family. So if you get a call from somebody who's in jail that they have kidnapped me, are asking for a ransom, or it's a supposed grandchild calling you, the family needs to come up with a code word. So say peanuts or whatever, something that's familiar to everybody. And it's something you should all talk about.
Lemon tree from Seinfeld. Huh?
That's right, exactly.
Well, perfect. Thanks for being here today, Candy. Really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of information out there, probably more that we could say, but if folks want to learn more about scams, can you direct them to a website?
Sure. They can always go to www.bbb.org, and that's our website, or they can call us at 888-341-6187, which is the toll-free number for the whole state of Texas.
Okay, so you just call that number and they'll direct you to the nearest BBB?
Or you can call us with your concern or perhaps a scam. Okay. And we'll take that on.
Sounds good. Awesome. Well, so be sure to protect your private information. That includes your insurance information and your personal identification. And if you need help with an insurance issue, come by our website. That's tdi.texas.gov. Or you can call us on our helpline. That's 800-252-3439. And we've got people there to answer your insurance questions at least. So for Candy Twyman at the Houston Better Business Bureau, I'm Ben Gonzalez, and this is TDI.